My name is Mahesh. Today we are looking into one AWS project that is most recommended by the AWS team, AWS architecture team, and it is a most resilient and the secure architecture. If you are deploying your application on the EC2 instances, so for that we need some prerequisites to deploy the same architecture over our local. So first, we need a one VPC to create a network and the subnet area. We need two EC2 instances. It could be any number of instances, n number of instances depending on your application. We need an auto scaling group and the load balancing. Auto scaling group is used to like scale your EC2 instances or reduce your EC2 instances according to the load and the traffic. An application load balancer is like forwarding the traffic onto particular instances basis upon that ratio. So we for NAT gateway are used to uh, 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 if we didn't have a NAT gateway in our if we didn't have a NAT gateway in a public subnet, we couldn't provide the internet access to the private subnet of specific instance. So today I'm explaining about that. So first, we need one VPC. VPC is a virtual private network with isolated cloud resources. Go on VPC. Let's create one VPC and more. We are create name as anything you name. VPC Proj. We don't need IPv6 CID right now. We need a two availability zones. As we look in this picture, we have a two availability zones. Uh, we need a two public subnets and two private subnets. There is public subnet green one and the blue one is a private subnet. Inside our private subnet, we need in a public subnet we need two NAT gateways also individually. It is also chargeable resource. We need around $0.045 per hour and VPC endpoints. So we didn't require any IPv4 address, any public IP address to this private subnets because we are not able to access this resource directly through the SSH for the security reasons also. We can create one bastion host inside a public subnet and through the bastion jump host we can directly connect to a private subnet. So all those logging and the security groups and monitoring are done throughout that bastion host, and there are single point of connection method to the public subnet machines. So yeah, so we didn't need any. As we change over here, the mind map diagram kind of a thing also change. So here is our public subnets, public and private, and there are two availability zones as we discussed, and there will be one routing table which is connected to the internet gateway, IGW. So let's create. It will hardly require 2 minutes, 2 3 minutes. Yeah, it is done. The NAT gateway it take little time to activate the connections. So yeah, we have successfully created two subnets and the two subnets over there and one NAT gateway. So now we can create our auto scaling group. Um, for the auto scaling group, we need to go on EC2 instance and create one launch tablet. So for the NAT gateways, we need elastic IPs. So make sure you don't already like selected didn't already created the elastic IPs. So the elastic IPs are basically we can say it is a static IP address that are allocated to the NAT gateway. And once like our private subnet EC2 instances will require something from the internet or fetching some details from the API or internet gateway, so it will NAT gateway will use the static or elastic IP to go on the internet and fetch that thing. So let's create one launch template. Throughout this, we can um, quickly launch EC2 instance, or it will require to auto scaling. It will require an auto scaling group to launch EC2 instances. So the first name is AWS Coach 2. Same with here the quick start, we need a Ubuntu instance, and yeah, and we need a Ubuntu instance, and the version is 20.04. Uh, I select the T2 micro for the free tier purpose, and the my security name, security keeper. So we need a I need to create one is security group for this. Let's create security group. App.sec. You can name whatever you want again. We need to select a custom project, a custom VPC that we have created right now. Port 22 from anywhere, and the port no, we only uh, yeah, we only require mm, yeah, we need to select a port number 80 because our application is running on the port number 80. So we require the port 80. Let's select our HTTP over here. Yeah, port 22 for the SSH purpose and port 80 for the connection purpose. HTTP web for the web application. Create one launch template, IP for CIDR and the same. So let's launch a template. Templating done. We need to select create one auto scaling group that will automatically done scaling for us. So select name as auto scaling. We need to select launch template over here. Um, Security groups selecting looking at none. So just wait. Let me check launch template. Yeah, what we have selected the security group ID. Okay, security group is already selected over here. Might it will require to click on next. Click on VPC that we have created, and our we need a select on private subnet because our EC2 instances are creating in the inside a private subnet. So yeah, the auto scaling group will automatically create our EC2 instance. We don't need a load balancer right now. We can deploy the application load balancer later on. So let's click on next for now. Desired capacity, it is like required capacity, we can say minimum is minimum, and the maximum capacity is what number of EC2 instance maximum looking by the application uh, required by the application, it depending on the load, and it will scale automatically. uh, Add notifications, we don't require to add any SNS topics. Let's review this and create auto scaling group. Could not be created. Group name field cannot be have trailing spaces. Okay, I guess we did. Yeah, now it will done. It will require refresh, I guess. So click on next. Desired is 2, maximum is 4. I can save anything over here. Click on next. No SNS topic we didn't need. Next and finish. It will also require 2-3 minutes. It is creating EC2 instances, and it is creating a desired capacity EC2 instances. So let me filter out and click on running EC2 instances only. So those two EC2 instances are in creating stage. We need a bastion host to connect these two EC2 instances. After that, we need a NAT gateway is already created, and we need application load balancer. With the application load balancer, we can deploy our application. So let's check. Yeah, launch template is done. Auto scaling group. Yeah, the instances in running stage. Let's look. It doesn't have IPv4 address anywhere. So yeah, it is inside the private subnet. So it don't require the IPv4 addressing. So we need to create a bastion host now. We are selecting again the Ubuntu instance 20.04 to micro. I am selecting the same key pair and need to create one EC2 security group that it allow SSH from anywhere, and yeah, load HTTP traffic from internet. No, don't require this. Click on launch template, launch EC2 instance. We made one mistake over here. So click on yeah, all set. We need to delete this host and terminate it. All set, running, launch instance, dash host. We need to select our key pair over here, t2.micro, and the Ubuntu instance, which is 20.04. We need to select our VPC that we have created. If it's not in the same VPC, then it's not able to connect to the private subnet. So let's subnet is project 1 or to assign IPv4. Let's select the existing EC2. No, we don't have any launch wizard. So app.check. Is there any securities? I guess here it is. I don't know what is this to compare security groups. App.check. Okay, it already have port 80 and 22. So we can use this one also. Yes, let's use this one right now. Port 80 and 22. Do we need port 22 on? I don't think so. We need port 22. Anyway, let's select this one and launch instance. Yeah, it will have public IP address when it's on the running stage. So let's wait for some time. The passion host is running right now. So let's try to connect this IP address. I have already the key pair, which is over here. Let's try SSH-I for the key pair, epic.pem. This is the key pair, and let's try to connect to this EC2 instance. So what is our machine host name? IP address, public IP address, SSH. Yeah. Ubuntu is our username and this IP address. Click on yes. Yeah, we successfully able to log into our EC2 instance. We need to forward our copy our key pair to log into this to EC2 instances, because it doesn't have public IP address, and without public IP address not able to connect to the internet or not able to take direct SSH. So passion host means to that it will single point of contact to connect to those two EC2 instances. So let's throughout the SAP secure copy, we can copy this epic.pem to that bastion host. Epic.pem we want to enter our bastion host IP address, and where we are copying this machine to 10. We are copying this epic.pem to this machine over the temp folder. So let's try to connect to SSH right now. Let's check is there any pen file over there on the temporary folder. What is the problem with this machine? Copy 125. Yeah. Let's log in. Just let's go on 10. Yeah, there is one file, and the file information is also alright. Looks good to me. Let's try to connect to this any EC2 instances which is in the public zone. SSH-I epic.pem 12 and the IP address. So let's copy this IP address. It is a private IP address. Click on yes. Bad permission our epic.pem chmod. We are providing 400. That means user group and others can only read. Only user can read. Others have no permission on this file. Yeah. So let's try now. Yeah, we are inside our inside our private subnet as EC2 instances throughout the bastion host. Let's need to deploy one application over here now. Python 3 -m module http dot server and running on port 80. First, we need file over here. HTML. Let's copy one basic HTML page. HTML basic page. Yeah. Let's copy this thing. We can deploy large application on this infrastructure also. Don't have that much time today to like deploying this application. So deploying a large application I mean to. This application running on private subnet private subnet private subnet 1 we can say. Don't need my first paragraph no issue. So we can create our Python 3 -m http server and port 80. It don't have HTTP, so we need to run HTTP the Python package. Python 3 is installed. Pip is I guess already installed. So we can provide an index storage. So index HTML insert mode this HTML page. Let's copy the page content from here and paste it over here. Yeah, HTML page is over here. Python 3 -m http dot server 80 port number 80. Yeah, it is listing on port number 80, so we can access now. And we need one auto scaling group. We have run the application server over here. We need application load balancer, which is called as ALB also in the short form. ALB. Okay, it's not able to recognize application load balancer. Okay, it is inside EC2 instances. Load balancer, here it is. So let's create one load balancer. It is application load balancer. We didn't require those two load balancers right now. There is also classic one. So let's create one EC2 instances which is running on port layer 7 on the OSI model. So have main, we can call it anything, internet facing, and IPv4. We select our eVPC, both VPC IDs. We need to select our public subnets because inside a public subnet we have all those EC2 instances throughout the access from there. So we did application security group. We can select the default also. We need a target group. Inside the target group, the EC2 instances will be there. Target group name AWS approach for target HTTP IP4 itself. The VPC, need to change anything over here. Those two servers include as pending below. this one also. 249, 240, 249, 20. Yeah. So create target group. So it will require 2 or 3 minutes to check each and everything. Target group is created. Now select the target group over here, and load balancer tag is optional. WAF or need. Uh, yeah, create load balancer. Now it will take around 2 to 3 minutes. This will provide us a DNS hostname, and throughout that hostname we can access our application. So just wait until it is provisioned. We can check the status from here itself. Yeah, it is active stage. We can access this DNS name on the Google. It will around take uh, 5 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes for me to provision. So just try to on port 80. Okay, we can directly access this thing by the DNS name. Yeah, this is my first page. It is accessing this first page throughout our application. Look, we are get response over here. Someone is accessing our application. So over here, yeah, let's. So how that's why we have created those full availability zone inside our EC2 instances, and throughout the load balancer, we are currently accessing the application. And if the server need any internet access, or it will require to fetch any details or internet thing, or any required internet access to fetch some details from the internet, it will use the NAT gateways to access the resources. So done.